Welcome back, everybody. Dren608 plays. We're playing Rogue Trader here by Owlcat Games. This is basically going to be a quick level up scenario session or whatever. It looks like I can talk to these guys. So I was wondering, can I right-click on them? Oh, I can. Okay. 829. Now these are people that are supposed to be like my. Hang on a second. I can hardly hear myself talk here. Options, sound. I thought I had turned the music down, but it's getting worser and worser. So I'm gonna turn it down. I'm gonna leave the voice volume up. I'm gonna turn down all the other stuff, because wow. Okay. So these guys are supposed to be like me and my retinue, right? But they aren't. I know of no way of getting to 800 some odd wounds. Toughness and willpower at -5, 15. Offensive, combat insight. Ignore enemies' deflection. So he's a tech priest. Wish I had Pascal now. But I don't know who I would not have taken. Idira? Mercenary Sith I know are always nasty, but 916 wounds? And he's got a blaster. And he's a... So he's an actual, like, what they called? Soldier? Because he's got Firearm Mastery, Relevant Slaughter, All the Bold, Claim the Bounty. He's... Soldier Assassin? Bounty Hunter? Soldier Bounty Hunter? Oh boy. I guess you're not supposed to fight these guys. That's a navigator. So they've got... What was he? An operative and... I'm not sure what else. This one's a soldier. That's an operative. They are... Pretty much just went down pure navigator skills. Oh boy, and Wharton the Grey is probably like an arch. He's got 893 as well. How do you get 893 hit points as a player character? People need to tell me. He's same thing as Abelard, right? Warrior. That's what these are all. Daring Breach. Yeah, he's a Vanguard. And he has a chain weapon. So he took chain weapon and does extra damage. My goodness, Tonto. How in the world? 893 hit wounds. And he's got 893 wounds. So I guess Owlcat doesn't want you taking these guys out in any way, shape, or form. He's a soldier? No, he's an officer. Says he's got a warrior. How does he have warrior skills? He's an officer and a warrior? How can you do that? Got a nasty axe. And a nasty plasma pistol. Wow. First name. Okay, so there's some nasty stuff out here. These guys are not to be fought with. Okay, I have no idea what to do now. I can't match them. Alright, well, let's go up to Idira's. I've been having her kind of go down this route. What does this one do? All burning effects will deal 14 more damage. Each burning combat creature immediately suffers damage. So if we can get things set on fire, I need more fire grenades, and she has the ignite capability, so I think I'm going to take Inflame. Keep building on that. And then for her, her carouse is really low. Could take her warp up. These don't really help her at this point. So it's either carouse or awareness. She's at 112 on the awareness. Could make it ridiculous on awareness, but I think I want her to be a little bit tougher against poisons. I don't know what they're going to do to me. If they fight me, I'm dead. Yeah, she doesn't have. She's not a talker. Could make her super aware. Do I just concentrate on her awareness? $47 there, 40 there. She could get up to 85 on lore warp, which is like where I'm at. I'm at like 87. Or I could take her awareness up to 122. Or a carouse up to 50. I really don't know how to build these people. I think I'm going to make her super aware. Yrliet. I have the same kind of problem with you. Tactical knowledge. This is moving one. Exploit from every... and then we get stuff for doing that. Join analysis. The intelligence bonus, more damage. Intimidation, non-area attack inflicts an immediate effect on the first target hit by the attack and all enemies in a 5-cell radius around that target. It's reduced by 8%, so they'll do 8% less damage. Double for enemies with less than 9% armor. So she puts Intimidated on them, makes everybody hit me less. I guess we'll go with Intimidation, because that's what she does. For her, can make her super aware. Better carouse. Could take her Lore Xenos up to 100. She does have Medicaid now. She can use those Medikits of hers. Can make her better on that. Got one super aware person. I think maybe we go with Carouse for her. I really don't know. Lore Warp and Lore Imperium are just terrible. They should be. Lore Xenos or Medicaid. This is the number of wounds restored by Medikits and allows user of higher quality. High Medicaid value also assists in healing old injuries before they return into traumas. Oh boy. I don't know how much longer I'm going to actually be running with her because there's other things I need to do. So Lord Xenos is 90 now. Let's make her as 100. She is a Xenos, she should do that. Alright, and then Cassia is my... She can get some ally additional movement points equal to fellowship bonus. The target can only use movement abilities, heroic acts, or desperate measures during this extra turn. That's not bad, but I have not been taking enough of these things. This sounds like it's just broken. Use it once and you mark somebody. You use it the second time on that person. It returns the target to the position where it was during the first use and restores its wounds to the state they were at during that time. The next closest cell in the direction of the navigator. So that means you could have somebody start. Like she could mark an Abelard. He could go off running around doing his thing, and then when it's her turn again, she brings him back to where he started, and he can start running around from that position. Show path. One melee weapon lets them charge, straight line, lunge, melee attack against your target in their path. Must be at least 2 free cells, so free charge. This is a free charge. This is a reset to where when you start your next turn. This says enemies move to a spot. Held in my gaze. To an enemy, pass a willpower test or become immobilized until the start of their next turn. Okay, that's good. What's Waking Nightmare? All enemies within the area of effect. It's an all enemies within area of effect with a 12-cell radius. Suffer a minus 24 penalty to their willpower and toughness until the end of the combat. Which means they're more susceptible to things like poison gas or... Oh, I should have been taking more of these. This is several enemies. This is one. This is one. This is one, maybe more if they're equal distant. And this is one and does direct, basically doing straight up damage to an enemy and immobilizing them. I guess we'll go with Held in My Gaze. I don't know what I'm doing. She's okay on her awareness. Her carouse is really good. No point. No point. It's at a 70. She doesn't do Medicaid. I really don't know what to do with her on these. I think I'm going to take Carouse just so she gets some resistance to stuff that happens to her. Okay, here's my shooter lady. Sister Argenta. What does this do? Next ranged area attack made by the soldier deals 120% damage and an additional plus 24% dodge reduction. Does that include burst fire? Is that considered a ranged attack? Area attack? Let's check. Area attack. Melee weapons, some ranged weapons, and through special abilities. So that would be like her melt-a-gun. Would do 120% plus 120% damage. And has an additional 24% dodge reduction. So her melt-a-gun could become really important there. Entrench says she spends all her action points and movement points to gain cover. Next time she uses run and gun, they gain... What is this? The run and gun, they gain back all spent action points and movement points, plus one additional action point. It also resets the cooldown of all other soldiers' abilities except for run and gun. That's like an either or. Rapid fire. Next ranged burst attack will have its base rate of fire doubled, but deal 25% less damage. All shots will follow random trajectories, so you have no idea where she's going to shoot. I don't like this. All shots will follow random trajectories. Does that mean they could shoot behind her? I'm assuming it still has to be like in a cone in front of her, right? She's just not likely to hit anything that she really wants to. I think I like this concentrated fire for her melt-a-gun and or flamer. If I put a heavy flamer on her or something. I think I like that one. Dum. Oh god, what do I do with her? Her awareness is 77. Her athletics sucks. Her carouse is a 75. Her demolition is 110. I find it hilarious that her lore Imperium is so low, being a sister of battle. She's a Medicaid. She does do Medikit stuff. But I think I'm going to have her be just a super demolition person. Yeah. And here's my Vanguard. Abelard. What can he do here? Forceful Strike says, where he gathers all their might for crushing strike, their next melee attack pushes the enemy away. The distance to push is equal to 4 cells. This ability cannot be used with a chainsaw. Does that mean chain weapons too? I don't know. Next melee attack gains plus 30% armor protection and plus 12 damage, and ignores 25% of the target's parry. Every enemy who survives an attack enhanced by this ability will attack the warrior in return, including creatures with ranged weapons. Okay. The warrior unleashes a terrifying scream, drawing the attention of their enemies and becoming a priority target for any enemy who fails a willpower resistance test for 3 rounds. And I have like a cloak. That means that I can make everybody want to shoot at me. I don't understand this. It says all enemies within the area of effect within touching distance. But I mean, it's several hexes away, so how is that within touching distance? It doesn't make any sense. Somebody's going to have to tell me how that works. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Forceful Strike for like not forceful, reckless strike. For like when he's going up against a really big enemy and he's going to attack me anyway. To just try and get a whole bunch of damage on it. We'll go with Reckless Strike. It's not very Abelard-y, but that's what we're going to do. And then he is... We've been having trouble with athletics, so we're going to concentrate on his athletics. And then here's the boss man. That's me. I like additional movement point equal to my fellowship bonus. Target can only use movement abilities, heroic acts, or desperate measures. So if I have a heroic, if I have something up, I can throw this on like an Abelard and he can cut loose with a daring breach, or I can throw this on Argenta and she can get her fire and mastery off before it beginning their turn where they can use it. And if they're under the voice of command, they ignore attacks of opportunity until the end of my next turn. All right, let's take move. God, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm 87 in all of these. 90 there. Persuasion. I've been concentrating on my persuasion. I have a couple things that can up my persuasion. I have not really been concentrating on my carouse or coercion. Do I need to increase my ability to... Maybe I have to increase my ability to be able to intimidate people? I think I have something that helps me with coercion, too. Inventory-wise. Let's take our coercion up. Okay. And we're done there. That's my time. And we're at 23 minutes. And we've looked at the enemies. So let's spend the last few minutes going through some inventory. This helps me in shooting. Plus 10% dodge, but my dodges sucks anyway. Do I have... Cloaks-wise... Let's do this and type. What do we got for cloaks and boots? What have I got on? Wear immediately gains 2. Target ally gains 2 at the next start of this ally's next turn. So I can get people stuff when I throw stuff on them, like voice of command and stuff. Also wears combat tactics area, increased by 5. Okay. That's fellowship. And with enemies. That's the one that helps me get my dodge up by people doing heroic acts. Plus 15% armor against warp damage. For every kill, increase their critical hit. No. Instigator. Taunting Scream. This is the one I was talking about. you do Taunting Scream, targets do not need to fail the willpower resistance test to be affected by this ability. So if I take Taunting Scream on, like, Abelard, he puts on this cloak. And area attack. Cloak of Shadows. Have to be attacked by attack of opportunity. Ranged attacks decrease their target's dodge by 5%. I've already been through that. Plus 15 whenever there are no enemies in a 4-cell radius. Grenadier's Cloak. Sword Dancer. Each time the wearer dodges immediately attack they gain 8% critical chance until the end of their next turn. I'll put that on. It's 5 area reduction and dodge reduction to their immediate area attacks for each creature targeted by that area attack. 1 key hide. Archmilitant's Hood. Nope. Area attacks increase the damage by 3% until the end of combat. Once again, so enemies that dealt damage to the wearer this round. Navy Swashbuckler, okay. Distraction cape. Okay, so I don't really have any good capes for me to put on. So that's probably the best thing I've got going for me is the Kenneline Cloak. That's terrible. This gives me better ballistic skill. This gives me Lore Imperium. And I gain 9% armor and deal 9% critical damage to Xenos and demons. It's going to reroll the failed test once per test. I don't know that it ever actually lets me do that. What else can I put in there? Commerce and Lore. Rolling gun. Nope. Andrew's notes. Whenever the wearer uses Combat Locust, the benefits of the targeted zone are multiplied by 4 instead of being doubled. Okay, that's a good choice. These are just tech use, Medicaid. Well, that'd be good if I was going up against demons. To get them all burning. No, that's warp. Lore Imperium, don't need that. What's this? Plus 10 to all skills and refill any scale disciplines. I think that's better than this. This is just 20% Lore Imperium. I get armor and do critical damage to Xenos and demons, but this... Plus 10 to... What happens if I put this on? My Lore Imperium actually goes down by 10. All these are up to 97s. Yeah, I think I kind of like this one better. This one does... If I'm Icon class inherit, all skills by 10. This is all skills by 10. Not sure that... This is probably the best armor I can put on at the moment. 2-cell radius, gain momentum. They also gain an equal amount of temporary wounds. So if I'm near them, I can do that. That's Rebel and Slaughter. I can make people have better chances at critical hits. Oh, that's a hat. The wearer gains an additional stratagem ability. All allies in the target combat area instantly reload their weapons after each attack made by them until the start of the wearer's next turn. So I'm leaving that hat on. That's hats. I can wear intelligence bonus, which is 6. 6% dodge to me and my allies. When the wearer hits an enemy in melee range, the wearer's nearest ally gains 10 hit points. Okay. That one I can't use. That one I can't use. This goes up there. Gains a stack of versatility. They also gain 3 momentum. I'm not gaining versatility. One of the wearer's combat tactics area is active in combat. If only one, the wearer gains plus 20. Ah. If I was going to put anything on, it'd be this one. Whenever the wearer and allies in a 2-seal radius gain momentum, they gain extra wounds. Or I can give everybody dodge. Well, I don't know what's more important. Raising everybody's dodge by 6% or giving them temporary wounds equal to the momentum they gain. It's been going pretty well with the momentum thing, but I'm usually not as close as I'd like to be. This is where I can put on something for persuasion, but already I'm getting plus 10 from each of these, so that doesn't really help. And there were no cloaks that were helping me with persuasion. Is there gloves? This would give me an extra 5 to my persuasion. So if I think I'm going to do a lot of talking, I need to put those on. And then there's one here. There's one here that does the other. I thought there was like a set of gloves that did, I guess not. Yeah, I guess I'm happy with that. Okay. If I really thought I was going to do lots and lots of talking, I could do that. Boots-wise, I've got on Commissar boots. Gives me extra movement points. Range and wears dash and change is increased. Cover efficiency tracking boots. Out on the trail. Attendant. It gets you stuff for using consumables like med kits. Breeze catcher. Okay. Charge, slash, or death. Inflict bleeding. Maybe I'll put those on Heinrichs when I get a chance. I want those on. Arch Militant's boots. No. Warmonger. Attack does not spend. I don't do that. Red Wearer scores a critical hit with a melee weapon. They store wounds and pain to plus 15% critical damage. Unyielding Vanguard. Whoa. Gain 40% resolve from the unyielding beacon ability instead of the original bonus. Wearer gains 6% parrying when using swords. Whenever the wearer parries with a sword, they immediately counterattack, causing this attacking enemy to become staggered. If the attacker is staggered, the wearer's parry is increased by 15%. Maybe I need to put those on Abelard. An area of attack, they instantly provoke attacks of opportunity from all adjacent enemies. Get temporary wounds. Sharpshooter boots. Can I put those on her? Wearer raises momentum to 175 whenever they kill 5 enemies. Okay, nothing for me. What's he got on? The heroic act or desperate measure, they recover all their wounds and gain 2 extra action points. Oh, I like those better than this. What was the ones I was looking at? Fencing boots are nice, but I like the idea of what he can do. Uses Endure, they may remove one of the effects on them in the following order: burning, toxin, bleeding. Plus 10 weapon skill, plus 5 strength, yep. Plus 5 bonus to weapon skill, it also grants an equipped melee weapons. Plus 5% armor penetration and plus 2 damage, so he's going to use that. The last flash. Target of attack of opportunity, the attacker becomes blinded for 1 turn. That's a good one too. He's got a first aid manual. Does he have something else that would be... Using medikit costs minus 1 AP, but no less than 0. But I don't know if there's something better here. Whenever suffers an attack from a demon or warp damage, they inflict burning aid on all adjacent enemies. All burning effects inflicted by the wearer deal double damage if the target demons or psychers. It's a way for me to get people. Plus 5 armor, 5 critical damage to Xenos and demons. Oh, that's logic. Under this effect, the wearer counts as being in full cover against all ranged attacks. The effect is lost when the wearer is hit by a ranged attack and suffers damage from it. Shadow Field. Non-attacking consumable item. Stimulant medikit. Counts as an attack of a different type or previous. Okay. Deadeye shots. He doesn't do Deadeye shots. Plus 5 critical hit chance and plus 5 weapon skill, but reduces parry. Don't want to do that. Why is it recruits by 0? 3 times psi rating. Okay, so that's like for Heinrichs. Less than 50% wounds. Oh, no. No, psychic. Yeah, we're into psychic stuff now. Beginning the holder's turn, all enemies in a 3-cell radius gain plus 1 stack of bleeding for each common effect on the enemy. Okay. His intelligence bonus isn't that great, is it? 3. Oh, now I'm up there. Yeah, I don't want to be up there. Medicaid doesn't help. What does this do? That's ranged weapons. So I was thinking of, maybe he needs to take that book instead of this book. Any hit with a wearer's single attack inflicts plus 1 stack of fatigue, disturbed, and perplexed for 2 rounds if they fail an agility test. And it stacks. Okay. It's one of these two, I think. Right? Plus 5 armor deals plus 5 critical damage to Xenos. And they can refill roll test once. Yeah, I think we'll go with this one. Gives them a little bit of armor, a little better chance of critical damage on Xenos and demons. We are fighting Eldari. And they also can reroll a failed test once per test, so at least he gets 2 rolls at like athletics rolls and stuff. Alright, I don't think there's anything I really want to change on her. Recoil. Carouse bonus. She's got the black signet ring that gives us all of this. The tenant ability is like once per combat she can just like get rid of all of our stuff. I really don't know about armor and whatnot. Alright, Tell you what I'm going to do. I will check offline and see if there's anything else I need to change. That'll be this session. I've already gone up to 40 minutes. Should have cut it off a while back. Sorry about the excessive inventory waffling. I'll do that offline, and then we will continue our combat exploits or whatever we're supposed to be doing here. I think I'm supposed to try and talk this guy down, but I don't think I can because he's eating the mushrooms, so to speak. So maybe I'll talk to his retinue. I'll put on my persuasion gloves and talk to his retinue and see if I can do anything with them. That's what we'll do next time. All right? All right. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up button. Really like to see you go and subscribe. Hit the notify bell. Be notified to upload videos and schedule streams. I have 2 other uninformed playthroughs like this one for Battletech by Harebrained Schemes and Baldur's Gate 3 by Larian Studios. I do a Saturday morning streams for Pathfinder Kingmaker, which was a fan pick. They chose to have me play a female monk and to romance Tristan, who's one of the main NPCs. And we're getting into the 6th chapter there, which is very near to the end of the game, so we will be finishing that one up a lot faster than, hopefully by the end of the year, with doing 1 session a week, we can get that pretty much to the conclusion. All right? Okay, well, there'll be more stuff coming. I just haven't figured out everything I'm going to do. Please do leave me comments on build mistakes. And is that, 800 some hit points for people that are supposed to be just like me? Seems like they're just trying to make sure that you can't kill them. And is that a proper assumption? Please leave me comments about that, if you would. So I know, because I'm not looking things up in the wiki, so I can't tell. All right? All right. I'm Dren608. Until we meet again, stay safe, and bye-bye.